Well, I was running out to the garage to grab that guy because I'm going to start finishing up, make that guy a roller real soon. Decided I better make a quick video showing where this is at. So right now I'm going to say everything looks worse than normal because, well, there was layers upon layers of paint. I've then thrown paint over. It's like, that's not me cutting into it. That's just paint. Obviously it's not completely done yet. I've still got a weld up in here, and I'm probably going to find a way to close off the frame over here. What I have for right here is a piece of 1-inch tubing. I'm going to chop off the top because it's only about 3/4 inch gap in here. I could probably cut off there, but I think it's fine like it is. I'd like to be able to tie into this little chunk and that little chunk as well, and then just really just kind of strengthen everything into here. And obviously weld it on here as well. I still need to bring this guy up to here, but I figure while this is open, do that first, worry about that later. So the reason why I'm showing you everything welded how it is now is because winter finally got here. And basically, I cleaned out the garage to my wife could park in here because she doesn't need to be parking outside, basically. And I have a job that requires me there a lot in the winter. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to actually finishing this welded up with those two things, those two factors that are just told you about. So at least I'd show you how this thing is all welded up. Now down at the bottom, I did put it where the 200X frame used to be. So theoretically everything should be right for the swing arm. That is the only thing that I currently am concerned about is it correct for the swinger? Theoretically, it should be. However, this engine obviously is not as wide as a 200X, so that'll be something I'll have to look into as well. Now, hopefully, it does not require me making any kind of customized fabric or fabricating any kind of swing arm for this, but time will tell. But the frame itself is completely welded up, except for those two areas. And this is basically how it looks. To be quite honest, if you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't, excluding obviously the sections cut out, you really wouldn't think anything of it. You might not realize that this is a CR125 lower half with a 200X top and rear. So yeah, I thought I'd at least show that the frame is basically fully welded now. I really cleaned up the welds a lot. Like I said, I want this thing to look almost factory. Like obviously it won't because it's not. But if someone didn't know what they were looking at, they might just think, oh, it's a 250R. Clearly it's not. And like I said, hopefully these videos have started to gain some traction since. And someone asked, why didn't you use a 250R? Well, I had parts laying around that I'm like $300 deep into, if that. That's a hell of a lot cheaper than me trying to buy a 250R. I have plans for one. I have the frame and everything, and I'm probably already in it probably half as deep as I am into this. And the engine, Lord knows, that's going to be far more than I'll be into this. So that's part of the reason why. Plus, this should be lighter than my air fooler. And it should put out, I believe, at least the same amount of power, if not a touch more. And I figure with newer technology, theoretically, it should put down more usable horsepower. And if nothing else, it'll just be a neat build. See, I did this. So that's kind of where I'm at for that. Other things in the future are, well, obviously it snowed. And I only came out here really to get stuff out of my truck, but decided I better make a video. I actually barely clipped one of the lenses on the Dakota yesterday plowing. So there is more Dodge Dakota content coming whenever I get the chance. Spare parts I think is just going to sit for the year. I don't think I'm going to make it to that race because winter, basically. Like I said, my job requires me to be there during the winter. So, what else do I got to do? Oh yeah, and obviously there's going to be videos of the Z50 coming up very soon. Like I said, I came outside basically to grab that and do a few things. Still working on some stuff in the house and basement, but my area is almost fully complete to where I can work on something down there. So these are things to come, and then I can get this pile out of here and start getting more stuff done there, because hopefully I want to make that thing a roller. Once it's a roller, then I'll start looking for an engine. It's going to be more of a fun build than anything. So it's not going to be a high horsepower. Might have a 140 or 125 in it. I haven't decided yet. Probably a Lythan. But we'll see. And then once all that's done, winter starts to go away, I'll finish welding this. Hopefully I'll get a chance to dig into the engine well before that for the 125. And then hopefully get everything mocked up, because once everything's mocked up, put together, and I get the swing arm and all that, then we'll go to powder coat. So basically I'm going to fully assemble this thing, see how everything works, see if anything needs customized more than it already has been, and then we will go ahead and see what all I need to do from there. So that's going to be it for today. If you're to make at least a quick update video on this for anybody who is curious about it, this is where we currently do stand. And yeah, like I said, I'd like to be doing more on this stuff right now, but Friday was New Year's. Today's Monday. I wasn't supposed to work any of those days. I've worked every one of them but Friday. So that's how things have been going lately. So obviously, like I said, get back things quick as we can, make things as good as I can, but it's all about having the time to do it. So thanks for watching. You want to see more on this, you better make sure you subscribe. There's more to coming.